What's up? What a game. What a game. What a feel-good game. Actually, two feel-good games. Friday night.
Friday night was fun.
Was the Warriors' most, I don't know, it's so early. Most complete win of the season?
How many times we're going to say that this year? That was their most complete win of the season.
To this point.
To this point. I'm just saying, like when you go back and look at a season, there's like 25 times I feel like we're going to say, man, that was the most complete win of the season.
Bonta, we're almost 25 games through the beginning of the season. We've only said that once. So I'll take it where I can get it, right? Like it was a great win on Friday, and I thought it was a real feel-good vibe win in terms of just spreading the love around to the entire roster. And then yesterday, Klay was just nuclear. I mean, the first quarter, he couldn't miss. It's incredible. And then, everyone's going to point to, Azubuike pointed it out, but I was thinking the exact same thing he was saying. He had 18, maybe it was 20 at that time, maybe it was less. And he's red hot, clearly. He comes into the lane, takes 2 or 3 dribbles into the lane. He's about where the free throw line is. I don't know if he takes a contested floater or what, if he's going to, but he's in range to take a mid-ranger. And then he says, you know what? Wiggins is also 4 of 4 from three-point land right now. Let me throw it out to him, and let me get him going as well, because that's the better basketball play. And then, boom, Wiggins knocks down a big-time three. So I know we're going to be lost in the hoopla of Klay scoring as much as he did. His overall floor game was significantly better in terms of discernment, passing, ball movement, and he was just on fire yesterday. And it was great to see. It was such a feel-good moment for me watching Klay Thompson.
And it started Friday night, and you saw it in the first quarter Friday night. Klay Thompson making the extra pass.
Yeah.
The Warriors went back to playing Warriors basketball, where it went to good shot to great shot. You know what? We could get a better shot. This is a good shot, but we can get a better shot. And Klay Thompson did that Friday night against the New York Knicks, shooting 8 of 16, 20 points. The legs look like he's coming back. He's got life in those legs. He's starting to play a little better defense. And then, of course, last night was just unbelievable. The 6th time he scored at least 40, or excuse me, the 15th time he scored 40. The 6th time in his career he's hit 10 threes in a game. 10 and 13 from the three-point line. The 10th time in his career, 6th time in the career he's done that. Of course, he holds a single-game record for most threes in a game, 14 against the Bulls back in 2018-19. So 41 points from him. And then, he was so special. You gloss over Steph Curry's stat line, and he's 33 points, 15 assists, and 6 rebounds, and he doesn't even score in the first quarter.
What do you have, one turnover?
One turnover last night.
That's incredible.
So it's one turnover. That is incredible. Also, he didn't score in the first quarter. He didn't score. And the Warriors scored 40 in that first quarter. They were up 18. Of course, the Rockets crawl back, and we'll get to that.
Second quarter was rough.
Look, the bench, they got issues. We got to figure out the bench, and we got to figure out Jordan Poole, what the hell's going on with him. And then the free throw discrepancy, it just happens again. The Knicks shoot 34 free throws Friday night. They make 32. The Warriors shoot 13. It's like you're a minus 21 from the free throw line Friday night. Last night, you're a minus 12. That are worse in the league when it comes to opponents shooting free throws and made free throws. So they got to fix that.
It felt like Looney and Draymond were with 5 fouls the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And some of the foul calls are very frustrating. It was just a really good win for the Warriors. I don't care if it's against the Rockets. At this point, beggars can't be choosers. You were 0 for the road this year. You got to take a win wherever you can get it. It was just a feel-good win. I know that there's going to be some debate about, wow, you fought so hard against a team that's not very good, and you needed an epic performance. Look, at this point, I will take any win that I can get for this team on the road. Just start there. So now you've had 2 really good games in a row, back-to-back, 1 big road win to start the entire little roads trip that you're on right now. It's a great step forward.
Well, I got to tell you, last year they needed a game winner against the Rockets. We all forget that. Steph Curry needed the game winner against Kevin Porter Jr. the Houston Rockets at Chase Center.
Was that the game Kevin Porter Jr. was going off?
Going crazy.
I know he had multiple good games against them.
Play solid defense. Yeah. Look, he's a fine young player. Last night he had 30 points.
I thought he broke his leg late in that game.
The kid plays hard.
Yeah, he does.
He plays really, really hard. They got some dudes on this team. You're like, who's what? And when prepping for the job, when I'm doing pregame live, I try to take a clip at the other team and take some notes, right? So I'm watching the Rockets. They're playing the Pacers. I'm just like, oh, God, this is a bad team. 3-13 coming in last night. I'm just like, they take bad shots.
Yeah.
They're the worst team when it comes to transition defense. Their field goal percentage inside the three-point line is some of the worst in the league. I mean, it's just awful, 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 awful. However, when you play the Warriors, you know it's going to be a big night. Steph Curry jumps on the floor. It's like playing against Jordan, right? They're going to give it your best shot. And then right now, the Warriors have to deal with that. They're the champs. People are going to give them their best shots. As Steve Kerr said last week after the Phoenix game, look, people want to kick our ass. We celebrated and danced for 8 years.
Yeah.
We did all that stuff. And now teams want to take it out on us. So nobody's going to feel sorry for the Warriors right now. And they got to fight through whatever they're fighting through. Now the team meeting Friday night. The elephants in the room.
Yeah,
Friday morning.
What did you make of that? Because a part of me was like, what's going on here? Like when it starts to come out. The other part of me was like, I wonder who said what. I want to know who was talking to who, what was said. Because clearly the message was sent, no?
Yeah, I mean,
but who was sending the message? I guess my question is.
I guess it was a team meeting. According to sources, Draymond Green led the team meeting. A lot of it was, not a lot of it, but some of it was Klay. Like, hey, Klay, play team basketball. You don't need to carry the load.
So their own teammates were basically saying that.
It was a team meeting, yeah,
Gotcha.
players only, basically, and not only that, you had the youngsters. Hey, you want to play, you got to earn your minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No more moping, no more whining. So whatever was said, whatever was said. Now I don't have all the details there.
Yeah.
But JaMychal Green basically said it Friday night. I'm not sure
what I saw.
I'm not sure if Raymond Ritter or company wanted him to reveal that, but it was revealed anyway.
You guys had him on, and then later on he said stuff,
at
right?
the podium.
Yeah.
Yep, at the podium inside the Chase Center. So
he had a good game Friday night.
He had a good game Friday night. I thought he was okay yesterday. 8 points, 4 or 5 from the floor. But Friday night, 12 points, 3 rebounds. And he's running the floor. He's getting comfortable at the small ball 5, diving to the rim, dunking, using his pump fake, which I thought was really good Friday night against the New York Knicks. So, look, man, 2 good wins. You play the Pelicans tonight. You're probably not going to have Klay. And then you got the Clippers and Jazz. When I look at the week, before the week, I said, okay, can I get to 3-1? Can I give you 3-1 this week? Against 3 really good teams. New Orleans is going to be a playoff team.
Yes.
Utah's playing very well to start the season. And then the Clippers for the first time on Wednesday night.
Is Kawhi going to play?
He played the other night. He's played the last 2 nights. So, you know what? It's going to be a good week. you go 3-1 this week. Now you're 10-10 and you're 500. But I look, again.
After the first month, I'll take that.
This is why I don't get why, and maybe it's just me. But sometimes I don't get why people panic so early in the season. I get being slightly concerned, but they're 3.5 back of first place Portland or Utah in the Western Conference. The standings aren't going anywhere. There's an absolute logjam in the Western Conference. Teams are inconsistent right now. The Clippers can't find their footing. The Pelicans are 9-7. The Lakers stink. Sacramento's rolling, winning 6 straight. The West is going to be up and down all season long.
Remove the record, because I think most people don't even know what the record of the Warriors is. Whatever. Watching this team every single game. They've only played one really, really good game, like top to finish, like on both ends of the floor. So that's why people were worried. Like, wow, they haven't really put together an entire basketball game on both ends, right? And I think form matters. Forget the records, like fighting super hard to beat Team X. I don't really care about that. Like, I'm more worried, like, are you playing good basketball? Right? And like for the Phoenix game is a great example. The Phoenix game felt really high level for like 2 quarters.
Yeah, well.
And then the bottom fell out, right? And you're like, wow. And it's just, it's been very lackluster.
Yeah, they gave up 72 points in the first half of that game. I don't even know if they put together 2 quarters.
I just
gave up
think
72 points.
It felt high intensity.
I mean, it was definitely intense because the Warriors were fighting it. They were fighting it. They were trying to get on a roll here and get their first road win, but Phoenix put it on them. Phoenix put it on their asses, and it humbled them all. And that may be a turning point. Getting blown out like that against the Phoenix Suns without 3. They're key rotation guys to say, all right, we need to wake up. We need to start playing some good basketball. So now you're 8-9 after starting off 3-7. Life is getting better for the Golden State Warriors. It's getting better. They're 5-2 in their last 7. Now, some people may point to James Wiseman being benched and going out to G League as a product of that.
I watched that G League game on Saturday night at like 1 in on NBC Bay Area. Did you watch it?
I did watch a couple clips.
And
19-11. 19-11. He did some good things. He did some bad things.
Kevin Dana was in his bag.
Kevin Dana is good. Kevin Dana was good. Zeta Cato was good.
Did you see who was at half court?
Joe Lacob and Nicole Lacob.
Yes, I did. They stood up at halftime. I was actually here for that. I'm happy that he was there. To me, that everyone's going to rip that. I'm not ripping that. I thought that was awesome. Why is that a bad thing?
I'm trying to figure that out as well.
What do you mean?
A lot of people were ripping Joe Lacob for going to Santa Cruz.
On air or on?
No, I just saw a couple tweets. I saw a couple tweets here and there. And it was just like,
who cares? Yeah, I'm glad he's there. He's showing support for his young guy. He's trying to, help bring this guy's spirit back.
I'm with you.
I have no problem with it.
I'm with you.
I actually thought it was an encouraging step forward. The guy's confidence is shattered clearly right now.
Right.
Like, the guy Wiseman just needs any positivity to cling to at any moment. Like, that's what I want to see. I had a good time watching Patrick Baldwin Jr. too. I think there's a lot of little tiny positives to find from that. But I'm more concerned, obviously, about the big league club. And I just look at it and I go, man, Kuminga had one of the sickest dunks I've ever seen.
Sick dunks.
But then he just can't stay on the floor.
Can't stay on the floor. He fouls. Doesn't know where to be offensively. Moody's not playing right now because he's turning the ball over. Steve Kerr said, look, he's not allowed to turn the ball over. Doesn't have that leeway yet. Jordan Poole.
Can we stop on Moody for a second? What would his ideal role be for you right now? Watching what this team needs right now, what would you be having him do?
What he needs to do is try to figure out his role in terms of, am I a ball handler? Am I a shot maker? Am I doing the dirty work? Just play. But when he handles the ball, he seems a bit timid right now. When he shoots, it's not looking fluid.
No, I agree with that.
Defensively, he's been a step slow. He just needs to play better. The role is there for him with the second unit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I to your point, like, on facilitator, I thought he'd be more like a, combo guard. And it feels like when DiVincenzo, Jordan Poole, and him are together, and it's only been a couple of minutes. I mean, we're talking about seconds on the floor, not quarters on the floor.
Played 4 minutes and 39 seconds last night. Didn't play until the second half.
He just feels like a perimeter floater. You know what I mean? Where he's just kind of floating, and then the ball will come to him. He'll take a couple dribbles and immediately pass.
Doesn't finish well.
Yeah,
it's clunky right now for him. But this is why Friday we were discussing this, and I was thinking maybe you just give him 15 minutes. He's playing 15 minutes, but he doesn't know when he's playing. He told that to us last week at the Gay House. He doesn't know when he's playing, so it messes with your mind. You can stay ready all you want to. But when you're sitting for 3 hours and then all of a sudden you get your number called, it's like, well, great. What am I, I got to make this count. And you're trying to make you're putting so much pressure on yourself to make the right basketball play. Then you mess up. Like we always think, if you're on the air, right, you're like, ooh, don't mess up the three, don't mess up the three, don't mess up the three. And then you get in your head, you're like, oh, man, I just messed up three. You're thinking too much. He's thinking too much out there on the floor. Like Klay Thompson was before these last 2 nights. He was thinking too much, way too much. Now he's letting the game, and you heard him on the post-game show yesterday, basically said, I just need to simplify things.
Yeah.
If I simplify things, catch and shoot, extra pass here and there, then I'm back. And you get the Splash Brothers for the 17th time in their career, dropping at least 70 points.
I mean, that was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And Steph Curry, like, quietest 30 and 15 I've ever seen in my life. And that three at the end was so sick.
So sick.
I mean, ridiculously sick. It's just, Steph Curry's just unbelievable. The thing is, though, I'm looking at this team. They're taking steps forward. I'm encouraged with where they're at. To your point, like, they've been through the wildest first month that I can think of, and they're right kind of where they need to be. Now, that being said, it's such a long season. There's a long way to go, but they just need to keep stacking these victories, and then I think all of the other things are going to kind of fall into place. A Jordan Poole thing, I just don't know what to make of it, B. I'm not really sure what's going on with him right now. The inconsistency is so frustrating for everyone involved, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. I don't. He doesn't look aggressive offensively. He wasn't looking for a shot. He's over dribbling.
Well, did you see that sequence yesterday? He got a foul out of it, and I thought it was kind of a weak foul. He dribble, pump fake, passes someone else, gets it right back. Yeah. Dribble, pump fake, pass it back out. Like, it was, the whole sequence felt like little brother, big brother in the backyard, and I'm like, dude, this is the Rockets. Like, just play. Just like, what are you trying to go one-on-one here?
He's a little erratic right now. 888-957-9570. Is Klay back? Is Klay back? I know I did some trolling last night.
What's that?
I just asked everybody on the app on Twitter. Does Klay need to come off the bench anymore?
Okay.
Are we done with that, finally?
And what was the point of that?
Well, the point is, all the callers who called, I tried to play the game last couple of weeks. If Klay comes off the bench, what does it look like?
Okay.
This guy's not a bench player. He's a starter. And he needs to play next to Steph. He needs to get his legs back. And the same thing happened last season where early on it didn't look good, right? He got in the rhythm. And by the time the postseason came around, Klay was Klay. Now, he's not the Klay from 2019, 2018. But Klay was pretty damn good. And you see the last 2 games, all of a sudden, shot selection, right? Shot selection's a lot better.
A lot better.
Making the extra pass is a lot better. All of a sudden, Klay looks like a damn comparable two-guard. So, Klay Thompson, it was good to see that last night. 50% shooting the last 2 nights.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know what? I'm sitting there thinking, man, I can't believe that discussion. This is why we got to just relax a little bit.
Let's meet me in the middle.
No. It's an 82-game season.
Well, meet me in the middle.
I can't meet you in the middle on that.
Why not?
I didn't think it was logical.
For 12 games, just hear me out. He looked like crap for 12 games, and his own teammates had to sit down and isolate him in front of a team meeting to play better. So, all things can be true. You can have all the faith in him and the loyalty and all that, which a lot of people have. And I can also sit here and say, guys, come on. He just needed to play better basketball. And then his own teammates called him out. He played better basketball, and I'm happy he did. I want Klay Thompson playing this kind of not 41 points, because he's not going to drop 41. We knew he was going to have a good game at some point. But it's about being consistent over a long period of time. It's about having good shot selection over a long period of time. This is such a great step forward. It was a great game. I'm super happy for him. That doesn't mean that the first couple of weeks didn't happen. Both are true.
But some of the stuff was outrageous. Some of the stuff I was hearing and I was getting thrown at me was outrageous. Talking about being washed and this and that. And look, Steve Kerr said it Wednesday night after the Phoenix game. He's got to just make the simple play. You don't need to force all the shots. And I think quietly, him playing at the end of that Phoenix game may not mean a lot to anybody, but he decided to stay on the floor.
Okay.
He's like, let me work through this. Let me get my rhythm. I'm going to play with the second unit. I'm going to play this out. I need to play. I need to get better. And mentally, I think that did something for him. Okay. And then all of a sudden, you turn it over Thursday, you get the team meeting Friday, and then boom. You get a great game. So Klay Thompson, it was good to see him back. Now, is he all the way back? We'll see. It's against the Rockets. It's against the New York Knicks. But you know what? It was a good sign for him.
It doesn't matter who it's against. It's just form matters. He's in form right now, and I want to see that he can sustain it and be a little more consistent with it and keep the smart IQ discernment when it comes to shots and making the extra pass. Moving forward.
Don't force.
It was a great move
By the way, the Warriors, first time in franchise history, they had 3 guys make at least 6 threes.
Wiggins, Steph, and Klay? Yep. Wow. First
time in franchise history.
KD never did that with them. That's surprising.
That is very surprising.
That's surprising. Wiggins was quietly great yesterday.
Wiggins been so consistent.
No, I know, but yesterday specifically, he was hitting threes.
If he would have hit those dunks, those 2 dunks.
How sick was that pass from Draymond? The little pass back, and he came flying in.
And then the Steph alley-oop.
Oh, my God, dude.